to invest, to learn a new skill, to start a business. The poor man is stuck in a loop of constant, low-level panic. Let's dig deeper into the buy nice or buy twice phenomenon with something bigger than Boots cars in the United States. Unless you live in barely 3 cities, you need a car to work. A wealthy person buys a 3-year-old Toyota or Honda. It costs maybe $20,000 they pay cash or get a low-interest loan. It may be 4 or 5% that car runs for 10 years with just oil changes. The total cost of ownership is low. Now look at the person with bad credit and no savings. They need a car to get to the job. To make the money, they go to a buy here, pay here lot. The predatory dealership sells them a high-mileage clunker that is worth maybe $4,000, but they sell it for $8,000. Then, because they have bad credit, the interest rate is 24% if you do the math. Over the life of that loan, they might pay $15,000 for a car that was worth $4,000, and here's the kicker. The car will likely break down before the loan is paid off, so they are still making payments on a dead car while trying to finance a new one. This is the poverty trap in high definition. You aren't just paying for the car. You're paying a risk premium because society has deemed you risky, and the only way to stop being risky is to have money which you can't save because you're paying the risk premium. It is a cycle designed to keep you exactly where you are, and we haven't even touched on housing. Renting versus owning is the ultimate Boots theory. Example: when you rent, you are paying 100% interest. You get 0 equity. You're paying your landlord's mortgage plus a profit margin. But to buy a house, you need a down payment, $10,000, maybe $20,000 if you're paying 50% of your income in rent. Because rent prices are sky high, you can never save that down payment. You're trapped paying $2,000 a month in rent for an apartment that would cost you $1,200 a month if you owned it. The rich person buys the house, lowers their monthly overhead, and gains an asset that appreciates in value. The poor person pays more monthly for an asset they will never own. It's expensive to be poor because you are renting your entire existence. You are renting your shelter. You are renting your money through credit card interest. You are renting your stability. So this is where it gets really interesting and honestly a little scary. There is a hidden tax on your time as well. Think about the laundromat. If you have a washer and dryer in your house, doing laundry takes 5 minutes of active work. You throw it in, you walk away. If you have to go to a laundromat, it costs you $5 in quarters, but it also costs you 2 hours of your life. You have to travel there, wait, and travel back. That is 2 hours you cannot spend working, resting, or being with your family. If you value your time at even minimum wage, the cost of that laundry is astronomical. Or think about food deserts. If you live in a low-income area, you might not have a giant grocery store with fair prices nearby. You have a convenience store with inflated prices. To get to the real store, you might need to take a bus and pay fare, plus an hour of travel time. The friction of daily life is higher when you don't have money. Everything is harder. Everything takes longer. And time, as we know, is money. By stealing your time, poverty steals your future earning potential. Now, I can hear the objections already. This is depressing. You're telling me the system is rigged and I'm screwed because I can't afford the nice boots. And look, I get it. It is depressing. But understanding the math is the only way to break the equation. Most people ignore this because it's painful, but you have to look at the numbers to find the exit. The problem is that standard financial advice tells you to invest in the stock market to get an 8% return. But if you are poor, the best investment you can make isn't the S&P 500. It's escaping the Boots theory penalties if you have credit card debt at 20% interest. Paying that off is a guaranteed 20% return on your money. No stock picker in the world can promise you that if you buy a reliable toaster for $50 so you don't have to replace the $10 one every year, that is a return on investment. The first step out of this trap isn't trying to get rich. It's trying to stop the bleeding. This brings us to the most critical concept, the buffer. The only way to stop the cycle of buying the cheap boots is to artificially create a period where you don't buy any boots at all, so you can save for the good ones. This is why the emergency fund, that first $1,000, is not just boring advice. It is the weapon that destroys the poverty premium when you have $1,000 in the bank. A flat tire is an annoyance, not a financial crisis that forces you into a payday loan. That $1,000 allows you to increase your insurance deductible, which lowers your monthly premium. See what happened there? Having money saved actually lowered your monthly.